I know you better than you know yourself. Typically, it's always others that will look at us and kind of see who we are. But this is different. I know who you are. I know why you're here in the earth and know what you're meant to accomplish. Not what, but I know you're meant to accomplish something. And I could have never told you that before, and I didn't even believe it. And you might not believe it either, because that is really the difficulty that any of us would experience in our life. The only one is belief in who we are. Because you're born to become something, and it's going to be different for each of us. And the kind of life that you might have lived would maybe told you that now, or you're maybe still embarking on it, beginning. So I'm going to tell you, yeah, you can do it. I'm 74 years old, and I can tell you, I know who you are. I know what you can achieve, and there's nothing that could possibly hold you back, because now you have a way to understand it and get to the best part of you, because that's why you were born. Those words just all sounded so ridiculous to me when they first started coming through, or when I was attempting to believe them. But now I can tell you, I know that they're true, because that's what I've lived. And now I can give it to others. You have something like that as well. We're all born to bring something to the world that is within us, but it has to be developed, and it happens at a particular time. And let me tell you the story why I know this, and why it's the best time for you to come to know who you are, because that's why you're in the world, and the world is moving through a huge transition. That's why you might have felt a little uncomfortable. You might have noticed things happening that you didn't understand. But then we come to understand that there are energetic changes that occur within us and within our world, or our planets, and they affect us emotionally, mentally, spiritually, whatever, however you think of it. And somehow, I accepted the role of receiving that information. I say that because it's been challenging. Because I know what you can accomplish, and but then getting you to believe that was my difficulty. See, because I had to do that first. Because I know what you can do, because I had to do it. That was the life that I was given, that I had to live, moving through every tragedy, every difficulty, every horrible thing, and every day writing down information which was cosmic guidance that was connected to you. And that's why I have messages for you which I could never have told you before. I'm saying this because it's challenging to own things when you've created something new, but you are creating something new, and that's why it's been difficult for you. Who you are is new. I saw something the other day, and this is perfect. If we could have all been born this way, it was an OBGYN, this doctor. I can't remember where he was, but he's delivered 5,000 babies. And what he did was he decided that he was going to, in each birth, he took them and he had a photo done. He would hold the baby up and welcome them into the world, saying the world is a better place now. You're here. What would have happened to you if someone had done that for you? If told you? And what would happen if we could tell more people that? Well, yeah, I was the one who was given the information to tell more people that, and I ran from it. You might have run from what you were doing as well, because see, what we're meant to do is always in front of us, so it's a little scary. We don't want to go there. But I had to take that journey. That's why I wrote a book on overcoming fear, a guide to freedom, because that's the thing that stops you from achieving greatness. It's going to be your fear, because it's not about your ability. That is there, but you may not have developed it, or you haven't believed it, and that's a neural plasticity process that you will go through. It is a process that you will move through in your thinking. It has nothing to do with anything out there, anyone else. It is just you. However, we get formed over time and through society to believe certain things. And then when we're about to change, then we get afraid. That's what happened for me. So I can tell you, I know that's what goes on. To be told that I was given something that could give any person the ability to change their lives and live a great life, I couldn't believe that. That was challenging. And then I listened to Zig Ziglar. He said, when you can give more, you can have everything you want if you can give others everything they want. I said, well, I have everything everyone wants. They won't believe it, though, because I had to come to believe it. I'm saying this, that's going to be your only difficulty, is belief, because that's a process that you will move through in your consciousness to accept something. However, you've been programmed to believe something different. You've been programmed to be little or not think you're enough or to play small. That's a big one that many people are moving through now, or uncovering or looking at and wondering why they're in the same place in their life. It's because they haven't moved. I hadn't moved. Well, I did move quite a bit, but my movement was different because it would not have made sense to anyone until I got to be this age and could show you what the philosophy has done. It heals you. It causes you to know who you are. It causes you to be joyful. And it can happen for anyone, even someone like me who's been through every trauma and difficulty and challenge in their lives and then reversed it all. That's what Wilhelm has given me to give to you. That's why I know who you are. And the other thing that just started happening, I want you to understand this. There's organization in the universe. We've heard things about your divine plan, and people think that's really silly. It's not silly. You have it, and it's energetically connected, and it was when you were born. When I, received the information that I would receive, I received a birth if I would meet someone, because it's an energetic connection that happens. And if I were to meet someone, I would have been given a birthday on their, a message on their birthday that would correspond. That made no sense to me. And then it did, because I started finding it was true. And then if you think about this, you've read your astrology or something, and you may not put any, think anything about it. Or you may be a person who really believes in every aspect of that because you've seen the results of it. And then you might, but then you start reading your astrology from someone else put out online, and you're reading it and you're saying, wow, that sounds like me. Yes, because you're human, and there are classifications, and there are archetypes, and there are all those things that you are a part of. And when you find your unique place, that's when you thrive and live the best life. And but at times we need a new way to do that. And so my life was meant to bring in a new way. I had to change my consciousness. I had to move through all of that. And then over time, what happened was everything began to heal. My body, things that people can't believe, even doctors. And I couldn't believe it either. And so I'm going to start documenting it and putting it out there. But I want to tell you this because there are no limits to what you can do in your life. There's no reason for you to suffer or not to have what you want or to be afraid. Yeah, you need support. You've got to surrender at times. You've got to fall down. You have to do all of that. But the bottom line is you can still achieve it. And I know that because that's what I've had to do many, many times. And I'm going to be telling the entire story because this is going to be documented because I couldn't even believe it. And when you hear the things that I've moved through that I was able to conquer because of the work that I received from Wilhelm, I know it didn't make sense. And I'm going to read you one message today to talk about just the alignment of this, because it's the 7th. It's January the 7th, but I'm guided all the time to look at what I was given before, because I was given all the information ahead of time. Time is that construct we're still figuring out, and I'm doing that as well, because it's been surprising how I had downloaded and received all this information over years, and then they're organized. On certain dates, you'll see several messages that will just give you a string of consciousness that you'll understand. Everything is in consciousness. That's why we're talking about mindset. And yours is meant to be developed. You don't have anything less than anyone else, except you just might not have developed your individual way of going, and you may have been programmed. Well, we all are programmed. That's the difficulty. But this message will help you, so let me read this one. Please throw caution to the wind again. Some of you, if you decide to follow our guidance, will gain clarity and a sense of empowerment in your lives. This morning, we told Roger to look up the word caution in our writings. The beauty of the website, which seems somewhat magical to Roger, is that when you perform a search on a word, you will find related messages, all organized in a manner that it would be difficult for you to miss the wisdom they were intended to impart. Of course, we have a story. First of all, We must point out that Roger receives criticism from those close to him as to why he would bare his soul for the public. The reason is, when you are willing to explore and express your seeming failings, they no longer hold power over you, and the process of sharing aids all others. Roger was wondering why he couldn't complete tasks in front of him, which he knew he wanted to do, and that felt important to him. Roger even wrote a book where he discussed how he came to understand he was stifled in his life due to what others may think of him, and he could trace this behavior to his family origins. The mere intellectual understanding does not necessarily change behavior. Actively doing something will. Some of you may follow the link to the string of messages, and if you do and find value, please tell Roger. But regardless, Roger will perform the task and his benefits will be realized. We love this one. And what they're saying there, his benefits will be realized, because I just did that. I just did that search and I was shocked. It's what was there, and I didn't know that. And that's the thing that I have not known, how much work that I have done, how much I have created. And so that's what I'm doing now. It's just been really surprising, but I want you to be shocked as well, because the same thing will come up for you. You'll discover things about yourself you didn't know. That's how we evolve, and it's something unique for you. My unique way was to turn into a mystic, prophet and a sage, and bring in a new philosophy. That was challenging, because not for the reasons you think. And you will hear all of it in the story, because I know what you can do. My greatest frustration is getting you to believe it, because I also know that the combination, the kind of energy that more people, if they loved themselves and knew who they were, that they could bring to the world, that it really does have an effect in changing the world. We come to understand that when we study science and all of that, which are some of the studies I've been doing, and now I'm going to do many more, because the synchronicities that are coming up have been really surprising. You'll have some of them as well, because that's the energetic shift that we're moving through in our world. But I wanted to do this today and give this to you because my Cyber Monday thing that's still going is going another few days, because what's happening is I am completing this work. I'm putting in this work, and this is all from the people who are in there, who've been there for a while, actually, and they've done really great things. But just know that there's so much more coming, because I have tons of it. I have downloaded an encyclopedia of personal development, ascension materials, and self-actualization. That's what happened. I had no idea I had done it either. I just want to say that, because I've done so many things in these last several years that I didn't know it had turned into this. You don't know either. But I will tell you this. There's no reason for you not to have what you want. No reason for you not to become the prosperous, happy, wonderful person that you could be, because it's a journey within you. I was just given a path for you to follow, and the path goes to you. It's nothing else. That's what I got to get you to understand, that everything is within you. When I'm doing a channeling session, for instance, I'm getting your information. It's cosmic guidance. That's why it works. So I'm going to leave this for you. Please check it out. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if it's your first time here, but just know that you stand at a place in your life where you could create something really wonderful and bring it into the world. That's just what's happening now. Those are the energies of our world. All right, see you soon.